Greetings, everybody. This is Off to Battle, and this is the last hurrah of Warhammer 2 from my perspective. And what we're doing here is running an ambush of Tyrion, the High Elf leader, against Rakarth, which is just the Rakarth campaign that I had invading Ulthuan, generally wrecking things, getting a really stupidly large amount of dragons available, but I only have 3 in this army, plus the one that Rakarth is running. So what we had here was a whole lot of cavalry to work with, to work against. And I've split up the enemy by making the initial cavalry come at me. I slowed things down, used a whole lot of abilities. Had Curse of Anna here working to weaken and slow down the cavalry. And after that, here I'm using these 3 bolt throwers. And I'm just picking these guys apart. There's nothing complicated about it. Now I'm using the Black Arc, which is in the area. I had Rakarth ambush because Tyrion was going around with his army and I just wanted to defend my conquered territory. I had the Black Arc in a port, but... or I thought I did, anyway. But the reinforcement was from the settlement only. So here I had one of the Black Dragons, they're harassing the enemy, but I had to come back because I didn't want to take cheap arrow fire. And then I'm just using what I have, shades in the background offering some anti-armor support. And here you have Shadow Warriors and Northern Sea Guard with their stupidly long High Elf bow range. But my bolt throwers go further. So if they're going to hang back there, they are just going to get picked apart. And that's exactly what's happening. We're getting picked apart. I'll speed it up a little bit. So they keep trying to reform, they keep trying to get ready for us to charge, but we don't need to, so we don't. They do send a little bit of cavalry at one point, but... well, not much happens there, you see. And with the bolt throwers, this is why I like having a few bolt throwers in the army, even if I'm not going to rely on them much. But in this case, I totally did. Because then you can have a situation like this. Then these guys try to harass the Hydra, and that didn't work out very well. And here I just pull the Hydra back, and then when they got weakened, I just sent back in. The reason I had to resort to all this is because they had like way more cavalry than I had spearmen. So if I tried a straight-on battle, that would have gotten very dangerous. Instead, I'm just using spells and abilities and just the regular artillery and picking them apart. And you see... yes, they had no hope. Their cause really did fail, and it's over. It's a relatively new streamer. I didn't have any early access to Immortal Empires. And that's why I hadn't been doing any Immortal Empires content, because I didn't have access to any. That's going to change, but this is probably going to be my last Warhammer 2 video ever. And that's fine. It's been a great run for me as a gamer. And I really appreciate all the work that has gone into this game. And I'm really looking forward to seeing more of Warhammer 3 and Immortal Empires to come. The other thing, the reason why I hadn't been producing more videos is purely because of the heat. But I have a means of dealing with that now that I did not have before, but you'll see that in the future. Anyway, this has been Off to Battle. It's been good, and hopefully there will be much, much more to come. Thanks a lot, and see you guys.